Hello Facebook, this is Jaime Zazzara. I just wanted to come on again to give you some information about my book, Freedom and Forgiveness. I've been getting some awesome feedback from all the people that bought it so far, and I give you a little description, and I just want to share a little bit more about what it really is about. Okay, freedom and forgiveness. All right, this was my personal journey to really choose forgiveness and letting go of the things that occurred in my life to really find my happiness, peace of mind. So let me backtrack a little bit, okay? If you don't know me, I am an educator. I've been in education for 19 years. I am a divorced mom of 2 boys and grew up at the Jersey Shore. Hello, wave hello. Now I live in Fort Lauderdale, and I believe in moving away from everything I've ever known is really how this book came to be, is because I really had the chance to reflect of all that had occurred throughout my divorce and my life for that matter. So back in 2012, I started my network marketing journey, and I guess you would say that that's really what opened my eyes to what was really going on in my life. So with network marketing, you end up being on a personal journey, right? You end up listening to the podcast. I was going to all these empowerment events, understanding myself, understanding why I was doing what I was doing. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming on. And in that, the hard reality that I think I was avoiding for years was the fact that my marriage was toxic. I was in an emotionally abusive relationship. It was not a good environment for myself or my kids. My husband was an alcoholic. I think he always had been, but it progressively got worse. And I kept thinking I was codependent. I was living in survival mode, hoping that if I did XYZ, things would change, right? I kept looking for that external thing to happen, the job, the house. It never changed anything. So really what happens is, right, you either grow together or you grow apart, and that's really what occurred. And a series of events. So really I go through everything that occurred, all right? Even the events in my childhood that made me who I really am today, probably even marrying the person that I did. And it all had to really do with the fact that I never felt that I was enough. I didn't love myself. And so the story shows you what I went through, right, during my challenging divorce when I left, and it was 5 years ago. And I had to leave my house. I became a, single mom of 2, starting over, and really how did I get myself out of that? Because at that time I was overwhelmed. I was living in fight or flight. It was like pure survival mode. So it was filled with anxiety, fear, all those low vibrational feelings of anger, resentment. It was just, it's horrible when I think of it now because my life has changed so much. And so really the purpose for writing the book, I just felt called to write the book. And in sharing and being vulnerable about what I went through, I feel that many people can relate. And I feel a lot of people just don't know how to let go. All of us in our lives have different circumstances, things that occurred in our childhood, things like, my own parents got divorced, people, death, or any sort of big change or illness or any sort of abuse, emotional, physical, trauma, anything like that, okay? It affects you. Those events in your life, you internalize them a different way, right? And those events actually become our beliefs about ourselves, and then they in turn actually create your thoughts, and all the things that happen in your life is based upon how you feel about yourself, right? So until you actually take the time to really do the inner work and the inner healing and figure out what it is that you have to let go of, release, and forgive, you're going to keep attracting the same situations, possibly the same relationships, the same, things with your job, and maybe it is related to everything. Okay, I'm so happy that I started network marketing, because it really led me on my path to where I am right now. Thank you everyone for coming on. So exercise, thank you MJ Durkin. He was one of the trainers in network marketing. Awesome. And that's what I mean, things like that. So like when you go to events like that, you're really looking within yourself to say, okay, what am I doing? What am I doing daily? What are my thoughts? And like, am I living the life that I want to live? Right? Because I think so many people stay stuck. And that's my intention. I want you to live your best life. All right? Happy, you know, my Facebook tribe is Be Happy, Be Free. And yes, you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be loved, and have that peace of mind. Okay, so forgiveness is not about anything that the other person did. It's about your own peace of mind, right? And meditation was a huge part of my healing. And I talk about the meditation and the things that occurred. I highly recommend meditation, just in general, to really just calm your mind and find your peace and keep you in alignment with who you want to be. So, again, I talk about how I was codependent, how I am a recovering people pleaser, how I learned how to detach, okay, emotionally. I was so dependent on making sure everybody else was happy. I just never took care of myself, right? I thought I was. And to the outside world, you never would have known that I was going through this. So I know there are so many people that are hiding, and they have this mask on their face, and they just don't want anyone to see the hurt, and maybe even depression or anxiety. I still work very hard at not falling back into those patterns, because it's not like forgiveness. Hey Kayla, thank you for getting my book today. I can't wait to hear what you think. So the book is about lessons I learned along the way. Okay, it talks about my personal experience through my whole life, and then how it affected me and the lessons I learned, how to let go, how to really start over. I mean, a year after I got divorced, not even actually, a year after I left my ex, it was actually only like 4 or 5 months after I got divorced. And if you had asked me when I left my ex that I would be with someone else a year later, I mean, heck no. But I did. I found the absolute love of my life, and I strongly believe it would not have happened if I didn't do the inner work, if I didn't choose forgiveness, if I didn't choose to journal, surround myself with like-minded people, fill my mind with positivity, and choose to focus on the things that are good in my life, and just continue on healing. Because if we just push things way down, they will continue to resurface. And really, I moved to Florida 2 years ago, and this book came from leaving everything that I knew, because it takes change and sometimes getting super uncomfortable. And let me tell you, this book was it went in one of two ways, right? I wrote it, and then I didn't like the direction it went, and I totally revamped it and put more of my stories and more lessons in, and still, even when I was done, I held, like, I wanted to crawl into a little ball, right? So that doesn't just go away, those feelings and the doubt and the fear, right? How am I going to put myself out there, right? What if people are really going to read all this stuff? It's scary, right? But anything that you do, I know deep down that this book was meant, like, it was inside me, and it just came spewing out everything, okay? And it was healing for me as well. So thank you to everyone who already bought it. I put the link, it is available on Amazon. And also, I have so many copies. I'm going to start doing events and whatnot. So if you want a signed copy, it's a little bit more. The copy on Amazon is $17.99. if you want me to personally sign it and mail it to you, it's $25. So we'll just message me if you want that. And to all my friends and family who already bought, when I see you, I'm going to sign it. And upcoming news, okay? To go along with this, right? Because I share what I went through, the lessons, the stories, right? Well, you want to know, okay, how do I really want to let go, and I don't know how to do it. So I created a 21-day journal, all right, with guided activities. And even if it takes you longer than 21 days, I chose that because it takes that long to create a habit. Okay, so journaling every day, but some of it is emotional, right? So it can take longer. And I'm going to have a course that goes with it, Freedom and Forgiveness course, which is going to be myself as a life coach, guiding you through each step and giving my own guidance and tips and personal experience and how I, what I did. I mean, it's exactly all the things I included are things that I actually did that assisted me in my own healing. So thank you for listening. Say hello. Likes and shares are appreciated. I am so grateful to all the people who supported me through my whole journey and getting this book out. It is a huge accomplishment, and just thank you. Hope everyone has an awesome day.